Good morning, and how are you today? It is another wonderful, amazing day. It is Wednesday, January 10th. We are in double digits for 2024. We just started our first double digit of the month, and it is amazing, beautiful, and spectacular. Good morning, Stacy. How are you doing today? Good morning, Dawn. How are you? Have a day off or a minute? Nice to see you. Good morning, Ryan. Sunday self-care show is this weekend, guys. Good morning, Azim. How are you guys doing this morning? Good morning, Kia. How are you? How are all of you wonderful, amazing, spectacularly beautiful people doing this morning? Hi, Asuma. I haven't seen you for a while. Good morning. School is delayed for 2 hours. Oh, that's lovely. So let me pin Matt. Good guys, how are you doing? So, who is there? Cyrus, good morning. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, everybody. Look at our topic. How do you like it? What did I say? Stop the rushing. Stop rushing. Life is a journey, not a race. And that is something we have to remember. Good morning, Angela. Long time no see. How are you doing? Happy New Year to all of you new people who I haven't seen for a while. 2024 is a year of success. So if you want it, claim it. Do not doubt it. Do not be fearful of 2024. We went through worse, and here we are standing on the other side of the river. The storm is over. Or even if it's not, we are standing all firm. So let's do this. Morning, Peter. How are you wonderful, amazing human people doing today? A journey, not a race. Begin to calm down. You know, it's in the rushing that we stop. I keep saying slow down to do better, to get there faster. Literally, I mean that. Life is a journey. It's not a race. You do not have to stomp through it and just go at it like you're chewing something and you need to get it into your mouth before somebody takes it away from you. That is not life. The miracles happen in those little moments. And when we miss them, we are dissatisfied and we're feeling, oh no, things are not working for me. This is terrible. This is awful. Thanks, Cyrus. Look at what Stacy sent to Cyrus. Happy New Year. So, you know, you have to begin to calm yourself. Begin to ask for wisdom. How can I touch myself a little bit better in my heart? How can I get in there? How can I be me? You see, when I know we were taught and brought up, and it's good to care about the entire universe. But if your cup is empty and you're dry and there is nothing flowing from your cup, how can you care for the universe? Remember, we give out an energy, and the trees gives us back an energy, right? So we need what they give out for us to breathe. But if we kill every tree, what will we breathe? We cannot breathe the same old air that we're breathing out. Apparently, it's not good for us, is it? We all know that. And that is why we need to slow down and breathe in the moment. Slow down and ask yourself questions. Slow down and think before you breathe. Even a simple act. If you haven't tried it, just try that. So you have completed something. Let's say you are in the supermarket, or you're in the store, or you just finished exercising, or you just finished having a meal. Instead of still chewing and getting off the table in a race, like you have somewhere to go, and if you do not get there, the world will stop. Instead of that moment, why don't we just sit in the moment at wherever too many people are eating in front of the TV? If you're one of those, try this. Set the table like the emperor is coming. Set the table like you're the most important human being in the world. Open that cabinet and bring out a fancy glass. Laugh when you're doing it. Rinse it out because it's full of dust. And put it on the table. Put a placemat. And force yourself to sit there in the minute and eat and chew. And breathe. And be grateful for whatever you're going to have to eat. Just be grateful. Look at it and say, oh, I'm so grateful I have this meal. Just for a moment. Just a moment. Whatever it is, whether it is bread and cheese or bread and water, but you have that. Be grateful. Acknowledge where you are. I'm sitting. I am warm. Just breathe into the moment and begin to eat. Eat consciously. That is one thing you can start right now, anytime. Remember, you are walking and you are coming out of the doctor's office, you're coming out of the library, you're coming out of the store, your supermarket, and you get to your car. Before you just get in the car, sit there, turn on the engine, and just fly out, why don't you just get in the car? Grasp the steering wheel. Feel something else besides you for a moment and breathe. Take it in and see how you feel. It is the rushing that is cramping our style. It's in the rushing that we are missing a step. And I don't mean a physical step, but that too is devastating. When we miss a physical step, we hurt. It's in the rushing. We miss the moment. It's in the rushing that we're sitting there. Good morning, Aman. And we're wondering what happened. It's in the rushing that we cannot remember what we did today. An hour later, it's because did I say that? I can't remember doing that. But it's not the memory of doing that that's important. It's enjoying the moment when you're doing it that's important. There are all sorts of things that you can think of that you're doing and you're not in it. They make jokes about it. They laugh at it. People are doing something and there are two of them and one of them is just not with them. The other one is doing this and they're in a whole family unit and nobody knows who is going where. Because we are not taking the time to breathe. Breathe. Just purposely, intentionally, consciously take a breath. Just take a breath and see what happens to you. Because you see, life is a journey, not a race. You do not have to get to the finish line. Not right away. Not today. Because today you need to pause and notice the trees. You need to pause and notice, hey, I'm walking, I'm alive, I am here. You need to pause and say, that was it, I paid off my credit card. That is if I paid out a little bill. That is what it is. It's just one little step at a time. Begin to learn how to be in the moment. Make each action purposeful. Decide that you are going to live consciously. Examples of that is to pause. Just pause and breathe. Just pause and listen. See what you can hear. We hear it. People say that we need to pause and listen to the vibrations that's happening around us. We do not have to wait for it to be a tremor, an earthquake, for us to go, oh, what about that one that you just stop and you breathe and then you feel this thing? Have you ever felt it? Because we all want to be happy and we confuse two things together. We go and we say, hi Yuko, good morning, that we want to be happy and we want to be joyful. And we think they're the same. They're not the same. Happiness is a moment in time. Happiness is that thing you just noticed. You just noticed it. That's happiness. That thing you just and you breathe, you inhaled it and you pull it in, and that's beautiful. That's happiness. And if you remember those moments, they do not come back. Then even if you try to repeat them or recreate them or bring them back, they can't. They're gone. That's why it's a moment in time. And it's in pausing and breathing and listening that we catch those important moments in time. It is. When you are really into it, you should feel it. You should really just feel it. Wow, I feel great. Wow, I love that feeling. Now, you have to remember it's a moment in time. So that doesn't mean, though, that you have something hurting you, that is devastating, you're worried. That doesn't mean you cannot find that moment in time in the middle of a disaster. That doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean that there is a flood and you notice I'm still standing. That does mean you have to pause to realize I am still standing. I'm here. When the shadow of the past is trying to blur the present moment, you have to stop and say, but I'm here now. And now is what matters. Breathe. Even before you take an action, pause. Pause and ask for some guidance. Everything is going up. The price of food is up. And you're going into the supermarket. Instead of rushing with a thought that you don't know what I'm going to buy, everything is so expensive, your thought is rushing, you are rushing, the world is rushing, the supermarket is rushing, that one is pushing the cart, that one is knocking you over. Just pause. Sit wherever you are before you enter that expensive supermarket. We know that. And knowing that doesn't mean the prices are going to drop. That doesn't make the difference, right? It's how you deal with it. It's how you see it. So you stop before you enter, before you leave your car or your bus, whatever you take to get to the supermarket. Okay, let's go do this. Let's go get the best possible deal for the dollars. What about that? What about thinking of it like that? I am not saying it will make it go away, but it's how you feel, that happiness, that moment. You know what? Let's go see what I can get to feed this family of mine. Let's just go in there. And let's look at another thing that you say, Tessa-Marie, but I'm sick, I'm going to the doctor, rah, 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 rah. I know. We all have those things happening. Can we dwell on it? That's why there is a doctor. So if you do not pause and think, are you going to remember to tell that doctor exactly how you're feeling when this thing is nagging, hurting, painful, twisting, turning? Can you? I know, but we need to control that, because the only thing we can control is us, our feelings, our thoughts, and say, you know what? I have this pain. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm going to the doctor. So how am I going to tell him this? How am I going to get him to understand me? How am I, good morning, Melford. How am I going to get him to understand what I am saying? It's because you are able to stop in the moment and say, okay, this is what I'm going to tell him. You plan it. Like Nancy just said, we need a plan. To be in the moment, though, is the most important thing we can do. You cannot be taking care of others and you're thinking of the disaster you have to face in an hour. You're not in the moment. That's why it's important to stop and breathe and pause and realize, hey, before I take this step, let me put myself together. Good morning, Pavali from India. How are you? You and Amana, Dana, Zim, Kimulia. It's so nice to see all of you guys. So stop the rushing. Because you see, as you know, life is a journey. It's not a race. You do not have to get to the finish line before everybody else. You have to do the best you can on this journey. What is your best and what is my best and all the other bests around the world is not the same. Each and every one of us have the ability to do our best, not the best of the world, your best. What is your best? Are you satisfied? Are you happy when you're done? How did you feel at the end of the year? How did you feel at the end of 2023? Hey, that means you have to be conscious of how you feel at the end of each day for you to be able to give yourself marks, high marks for doing this. How did you feel yesterday? So, I've been pushing you guys, and I've said, stop making a to-do list. Make a I did list. And when I ask you to do something, that is something I practice myself. And when I practice something, I love to share that something. So I do it all the time. But yesterday, I had my to-do list. And it's not a to-do list anymore. It's today, what I can control and what can I do today. So this is my I did list. As I do these things that I desire to do, not written down, I did the morning blessings. That's the first thing I do openly. But my I did list starts at 4:15. I woke up at yesterday at 7 minutes to 4. I found out I was up. I suddenly woke up, and then why am I lying there? Why don't I get going? Because I knew I wasn't going to fall asleep again. So I started with that. I did all the steps that I do, all my morning routines, I put my foot on the floor and I say, thank you, I am here. And I did all the other morning routines, make sure everything was done. I read, I prayed, I meditated, I thought, I visualized, I did gratitude, I did my goal setting. I have goals every day. And that is important. I didn't write to do at all. And what I did was all those, and then I created 4 shorts, 1 5-minute video. I post stuff to TikTok and Instagram. I forward 2 videos that I needed to forward to Yuko. I read another time, and I wrote in my stories that, I write stories all the time. I buy lemons, and if you keep them they're going to rot. So I squeeze 2 bags of lemon, put them in freezer in cubes, and put them away. I also pack boxes for diabetes donation. And so I did just those I wrote down is 11. But do you know, I knew I had to do them. But because I did not have them on a to-do list, they were done. I did them on I did list. You know what you have to do. So what I'm trying to say to you is this. You know the things you desire to accomplish today, and you normally have a to-do list. So like I said yesterday, how has that to-do list been working for you? Because you know something about this to-do list. If you do not do what's on that list, you agonize about it. And don't tell me you don't. Don't tell me you brush it up and say, I did. Exactly. You notice what I just did for a second? I didn't do it. Right? For that moment, it took you back to what you didn't do in the past. You're getting into bed and you're thinking, oh my goodness gracious me, I didn't do it. I had to call that person, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. But what about you sit for a minute, and as you do them, you go to that page and you say, I did list, my did list, what I did today list. It gives you satisfaction. And that means you're doing the things you plan to do, because the diabetes people are coming on Friday to pick up the bags. The lemons would rot if I didn't squeeze them. And I've had them actually since Saturday. So you see, this is what I'm asking you to do. Stop the rushing, stay in the moment, and do one thing. Just one thing at a time. And then write it down that you did it. Guess what? When you look at your I did list, you feel better. You reward yourself. You know what? I really feel good. That's reward. You see what I mean? You did your best. You did it. And now you're saying you did your best. If somebody came to you and they said to you, hey, Nancy, you did not do your best. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Yuko. Hi, Peter. All of you. You can say, yes, I did. Hi, Pavali. So that's the best you could do. Yes, it is. It is my absolute best. I did all these things today. And that is what is important. You will go to sleep that night with a feeling of accomplishment. Because some of the things that you did, you might have planned to do them for days or weeks or months. But today, because you had a blank slate, you were able to do things that you have. We always know all the things we want to do. We always know them. It's not that we don't know them. It's that we are not doing them because we wrote them down and then we get frustrated and we get angry. Change that around. You can write, but write I did list. Stop the rushing and chill for a moment. Breathe before you step into whatever is happening. Walk away when you see the situation is heading south, and do not stay there. Stop the rushing and breathe into the day, because that day has a lot of stuff for you to see. Pause. The energy that you will feel will help you. Reach out, find peace within the day. No time is as good as the now time to do this. To breathe is now. When last you realize, I'm breathing and I am not commanding myself to breathe. I'm not on the point of dying and somebody's saying, hold on, just hold on. Or somebody's telling you, breathe while they're giving you a push on your chest, right? That is happening without you. What did you do with it? I did it, gave me a satisfaction, yes. When you realize I did it, have you seen the face of a child? When they conquer something and they go, I did it. Their eyes dance. Their little teeth are shining and looking at you. I did it. And they say it with pleasure. What about us? Is acknowledging, taking the time to pause and acknowledging that you did it. And you will feel like a child again. And you will feel special again. And you will feel success knocking at your door again. I did it. Put things on your I did it list, not the to-do list all the time. If you have a memory like a sieve, I guess you will have to do a to-do list. But have a list of what you did and count them, acknowledge them, and know, hey, I did this. And feel good that you did it. And reward yourself. Pat yourself on your backs. Laugh at it. Dance for it. You know how long? Tell somebody. Do you know how long I planned to do this? And I did it today. And the person might dismiss you, but do not let it happen all the time. Just say, you know what? I wanted to share this with you. I succeeded at doing something that I had planned for months and months. I put it, and it's written down, I did it list. And that is what gives you the satisfaction. But you cannot get to that list if you're rushing like a mad hatter. Or you're like confused. I'm late, and always running here and there. Pause. And see what the moment has to offer you. When you notice you are not enjoying the journey, pause to find out what is not working. You see, that journey called life, there are times you're going to pause. Not because somebody is saying, pause. But because you suddenly feel, I'm feeling kind of disjointed. I'm feeling kind of, I'm not sure, something is not. That's when you pause. Do not dismiss it and say you're going to let it and walk away. Pause right there and then. And say to yourself, what is going on? Why am I feeling like this? Right now in this journey. Sometimes when you are supposed to be in bliss, you're feeling like you're in a dungeon. Hey, what's going on? But you cannot answer that question without pausing and listening and just breathing in the moment. Take a deep breath. Sit. And when you sit, just stop. You do not have to do it for 20 minutes. You can do it for 10 minutes. You can do it for 5. Have you ever taken 3 minutes and just stop and see how long it is and listen to your breath? You know, meditation is not supposed to be like a guru where you sit down and you're in a lotus position and you your way into hours. You see, our mind is not going to listen. It's going to take off. It has things to do. So why don't you put on, I put on music sometimes, and then very low, and I pause. And then I have that one thing to listen to, not words, just instrumental. And listen to it. Listen to the movement of the music. And in doing that, you're allowing yourself to be saturated with that feeling. It could be something, okay, you can take words if you like. I like to listen to classical music a lot. And then I listen to this Greek guy that did something, whatever. And it's about, what is it? I can't remember. But it's Greek lyrics by Nikos Politis, something like this. And it is amazing. I put it on and I let it just saturate my mind for a few moments. It does have words, but in Greek. So I do not get it. So I listen to the beat of the music. And I love strong, powerful music. I also will listen to the music that is fairyly. So do that for 3 minutes. If you cannot concentrate on your breath, because it is difficult, is the pausing. Pause for 30 seconds and see what happens. Pause before you make a decision for 30 seconds. Listen. Another way, if you cannot pause, is when somebody makes a statement to you that you're going, yeah, I listen to Debussy. Oh, I love that. I think I spoke to you guys about Debussy, right? I just love his music. That piano music, tickling your brain, it feels like passion. And you find it, Claude Debussy. And he is amazing. But that thing by Nikos, it's in English and Greek. I prefer the Greek version because I do not understand it, so I'm more into the music. It's actually religious, but it's the beat that is powerful. He talks about a dream he had. And in the dream, the angels in his dreams were dressed like warriors. And they were working their way through the world, helping people to do better, to be better. So the music is not soft. Sometimes there is no music, and then sometimes it just comes back. And it has a really nice beat. I don't know why I put what I did with my iPad. If I could find it, I would be able to share with you guys. Hold on. Did I bring it down? No, I didn't. I must be the craziest person to do this, but I hope you guys can hear it when I put it on. Let's give it some volume. So it is amazing. As everything I say, you know what I mean? I'll always say it's amazing. Everything that comes into my life is amazing, beautiful, and spectacular. So I will play. To feel it. And they do this with it. So they show you all these different sceneries. No, Nikos Politis. I'll share the name. What is his name again? It's not showing there. Nikos, Nikos, Politis, Politis. So the thing about it is finding time. Like I put it loud, but if you experience it softly, so it's Nikos Politis, Nikos Politis, is that it? Yeah, Politis. Anyway, listen to it softly. There's a lot more to it than that. Some people say that they notice their energy change, their home energy change. You can play it leave it in the house playing and doing something else. But what is nice is to bring it to the level where you can feel it. And then it's not, as I said, it sounds like they're matching. And sometimes in our life, we need to have that experience where we are matching for this time and we are working it. Feel the music. Saturate your brain with it. When I listen to it, I feel it in here. Yeah, you are the Almighty God in Greek. That is what it means. And you go down there. But it's a dream. Even if you're not a believer of a God and even of angels, what you have to do, thank you, Aman, what you have to do is to do things that make you feel good. So you're cleaning the house or you're working and you put it softly in your mind. You're trying to think. You're trying to concentrate. Put it on your headphones and listen to it for a moment and see how you can take it. No, like everything new you try, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Yes, Peter. Yes, Aman, you guys got it. But listen to the Greek version. Because you understand English, you will notice that the English version the words will resonate too much with you. You need to feel the music. It's the music that saturates the soul. They tell you that King David danced. He didn't tell you that he was always writing, but he danced. So you have to remember, it's the music that saturates, you know what I'm going to say, your soul, that goes into your very being, saturates your soul, your mind, and feel good for that. And what you have to do is make sure when you're listening to something like that particular music from Nikos Politis in Greek, the English version is perfect. But you will fall into the prayer mode of the words and you will not be hearing the music. What you have to understand, give the music a chance to saturate your soul. Give the music a chance to help you to forget what is not working for you. Give the music a chance to open you so that you can enjoy what is working for you. Give the music a chance to help you to be more grateful, more appreciative. So that's what you have to do. Whenever you pause, stop the rushing. It's going to be difficult to listen to music like that. If you do not like classical music, you maybe will not like Beethoven or Liszt or any of those, right? But if you train yourself to go 10 minutes at a time and walk away, if it's becoming too much, take the headphones off and leave it alone. But do not forget it. Go back and make it soft so it's not disturbing you and gently work your way into it. That is part of stopping the rushing. That is part of stopping it. It's taking slow, small steps towards something new, like listening to music that saturates your soul. Listening to this music that makes you feel it has depth. Because of the matching in the music, as you know, you see, so because of that sense, you're going to feel it in your heart. But when it has captured your heart, you're going to hit your brain. And that's where the magic happens. Those two connect on the same thing at the same time. Watch the difference in how you feel. So if you're cleaning, put it on. If you're doing some work, put it on. And see how it pushes you, what it gets you to do. More of you will show up. Music is magical. And this one, whether you believe that his dream was real or not, if it works for you, who cares? If it works for you, who cares? So please do some of that. Guys, stop the rushing. Take time to breathe and pause in the moment. Take time. When something is not working for you, be fearless. Change what you do not enjoy. Modify and listen to your body. Listen to what your body is saying. When it's not working, just modify what's going on. Make a modification. You don't have to just get rid of the whole shebang, but you can modify it. You can say, this is not working. Maybe I'll do it less, or maybe I should do it more. But do something. Do not just sit there and let it go. Sometimes it's too late. More of you will show up. Yes, amazing. Thank you. You guys have such wonderful statements. Let me see if I can read some of them. Oh, I was just thinking about this today. Oh, you were, Pavali. That's so nice. I feel so heavy when I breathe these days. Oh, no, you have to do more of that. I did it. Gave me a satisfaction. We are all doing our best, always. Yesterday, we had so much rain, and today is garbage day, so I made sure to get up at 5 a.m. and take the garbage out. Amazing. You have to do things, everything. I feel so heavy when I breathe. You can relax. No, I did it. And just let it go. We need to bring back ladies' night so we can dance. Oh, I was just thinking about this today. What, about ladies' nights? Go listen to The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. That helps too. I love that. Listen to Debussy. So it's one of those things. I actually printed on the lyrics to The Gambler for my students at the Juvenile Detention Center. Some of them got it. They realized they didn't know when to walk away. Yeah, that is important. Wow, Dawn, that's amazing. I hope at least one will remember that for the next time. I hope so too. That is so nice to do. So Nikos, yeah, it's Nikos Politis. Please put info on music in comments. Yeah, so I will listen to them try to listen to that today. I have goosebumps. It's amazing. What's the song called? Almighty God, something like that. I don't know the Almighty God. It's in Greek. I forgot the full name. I think Aman had it. You are the Almighty God. That is what it is. My parents never understood why I love music so much. Some people are born with that musical soul and nobody can take it from them. You have to feel the music. So good for the soul. More of you will show up. I love that. It is. How do we stop the rushing when we are so caught up with work and rush our traffic every day? You know, even when you're caught up with work, you have a moment that you can stop and breathe. I know what it is to be pulled in several directions, managing a branch and leading people. It's two different things. You manage things, you lead people. And even in that, you need to be able to stop. It's not to stop the rushing for good. It's to know when to pause in the rushing and pick that flower. So you're matching pie and you see a dandelion growing in between the bricks. And why is it there? Pick it if you want it. That for the moment. And even if you hold that thing and you do like the kids and you blow the seeds of the dandelion, but in the moment, you're not rushing. So it's not stopping it, boom. It's small incremental steps towards stopping it. And the more you take those small pauses, a pause can be 30 seconds. You know, to wash your hand properly, it's 20 seconds. Put a timer on and wash your hands until the timer goes for 20 seconds, and you will see how long it is. So if for 20 seconds you take 3 deep breaths, practice it. And that is what matters. And then you can, next time, you take 30 seconds and you just sit. And you stare out into space. You just stare out. Even if there is people walking, you can see all that, you know that, your mind acknowledges that, but that's how you stop it. It's the little bit every day that makes it the big amount. It's the tiny seed that keeps growing. Aman's word that I read on Monday, he said, I was a seed and you guys gave me water and air. I grew and now I'm a tree, a small tree, and I'm still growing. So when you're practicing to get out of something and to have those moments like this is what you do. You sit and you do a 30-second meditation. Can you just tune in and listen to your heartbeat or hear your breath going in and out of your body for 30 seconds? Time it. And when the 30 seconds is up, stop. You do not have to do another 30 seconds. And you do not have to do 30 minutes if you have never tried 30 seconds. But tomorrow or tonight before bed, do another 30 seconds. And gradually do it until you can actually concentrate for the full 30 seconds. That's how you stop it. But it's not going to stop by suddenly stopping. You know when you press on your brakes and you're driving and you suddenly hit the brakes, chances are you will go through the steering wheel or whatever, right? So that's what you have to remember. Just do slow, small. Thank you, Tessa. I really need to stop and breathe. We all have to. We'll follow through, Alvin. So guys, thank you so much for coming. Let me see you hanging there with me. Kia, Stacy, Nancy, Aman, Peter, Yuko, Pavali, Dawn, and Ryan. Thank you so much for taking the time to breathe. Stop rushing and just breathe. Have an amazing and wonderful day, everybody. Thank you for coming. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and if you are bored at 12 o'clock tomorrow, guess what I'm doing? I am going back to doing my love channel on YouTube. So tomorrow at 12, I will be doing my 15-minute of speaking. And my topic is going to be, who should instigate anything in love first? Who? Is there a certain person to do that? So if you have 15 minutes at 12, just come listen to me. I'm pushing the button. So stop rushing, Peter said. Take a moment to breathe and recharge. Then keep going to do what you set out to accomplish with renewed energy and focus. I love this. This is amazing, Peter. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, so tomorrow at 12, it's going to be about love. I do that every Thursday. Somebody said I should do it at night, but no, we're doing it in the day. And I'm just going to talk about things that people ask me questions about. Are you waiting for your significant other to be the one to initiate romance? Who should and who shouldn't? So I dare you to join me. And if you have a question and answer, I know what that is. I really enjoyed my life as a married woman. I really did. And maybe that's why I feel I have the ability to say, hey, somebody interviewed me last year and they asked me a question. And when I said I never had a headache, it was a guy. He looked at me like, really? No, that's part of enjoying life. If you're going to cut your nose to spite your face, then you know you're not doing something right. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye. I guess I'll hear from Yuko and Stacy about that. Bye, guys. Okay, who else? 12 p.m. YouTube. 12 p.m. YouTube. Yes. I think I read Peter's thing. Yeah. Thank you. Wonderful message. Thanks, Nancy. You love expert. I heard. I made a sexy post for you. You did? Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. See you. If they lock me up, you'll know why. Bye.